Hi everyone, welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen for our Facebook Live Monday evening session. As you'll probably notice, Carol's not here tonight. She's taking a break from being in front of the camera, so I've stepped into the shoes. Not that I wanted to, so yeah, no pressure from Carol. But thanks everyone for joining us, and any newbies out there, please say hi and introduce yourself on the comments. We're a really friendly bunch here, and we'll try and get through all your comments and your questions should you have any. As you might notice, we've got the gorgeous Corbett here with us from Sugared Thistle, and we're going to be doing cake pops this evening. So yes, there's loads in store for you tonight. Claire's been with us before and she's fantastic. If anyone follows them on Facebook or anything like that, you'll see their work is absolutely brilliant. So I'm not going to hog the camera for too long. I'm going to leave you in Claire's capable hands and let everybody get on with everything. So like I say, I will be behind the camera, so any comments, any questions, please feel free to ask, and we will try and get through. Unfortunately, the feed moves very, very quickly because we've got so many people watching. So if I do miss you out, please don't take it personal. We'll try and get through everything for you. So yeah, show Claire lots of love, likes and love hearts. It'd be very, very much appreciated. And just one other thing to add as well. This is a Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. Nothing here is for sale. It's all prepared in a personal kitchen. And the only people that will be eating everything is me, Maria and Claire. So yes, we know we haven't got gloves on or anything like that, but like I say, nothing's for sale. It's just to whoever actually wants to eat it and enjoy it. So enjoy, and I will pass you over. Thank you very much.
Laura. Cheers. Okay, hi everybody. Cake pops tonight. So Maria, can you show everyone these cake pops?
Yes.
That I just knocked up before we started live.
We're on.
Just while I get my gloves on. And I know it's a Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, but I still don't want to manhandle everybody's food. So gloves are going on tonight for this. So I just made a few little cake pops just before we got started. And I don't know if you can see, I've put a really nice little lustre on these as well. And I'll be showing you how to do that later on. And I've just put some little simple letters on the front ones as well, using the Katie Sue designs. I think is it the rounded? Small rounded?
I think so, off the top of my head. I will double check.
Small rounded. I've got the packaging over there, I can just have a little look. Should we do that? What I forgot? Mini domed alphabet.
Ah, domed. Okay.
Mini domed. That's that one. Okay. So we're going to make a start, get straight into it, and then while we're going along, I can answer any questions. The first part of the job is quite noisy, so just ignore that, and I'll try and shout over the top of it. So what we're going to do first is make our cake balls. So I'm just going to move these out of the way, and then I might actually like some assistance tonight. Oh, you seem really keen on the idea of
Thanks very much.
It'll be fun, you'll enjoy yourself. I promise. So, we're going to move over here. And I'm using a food processor, which with gloves on is not easy to open up. But it helps if you twist it in the right direction, I always find. So, into that, I've just got some cake scraps. Am I over here?
Yep, so I'm right onto the food processor at the moment for you.
Okay, you're right on that. And I've just got some cake scraps. This is from me doing a carved cake. I made a Manhattan cake for one of my really good friends last week. So I just popped my cake crumbs in the freezer from when I carved the top hat shape. So I'm going to use those. If you've got any really crispy bits, don't pop those in. It's just a regular chocolate cake recipe. And it's going to go all in to the food processor. That's the nice big top piece of one of them. So you're just going to break it down into sort of manageable pieces for the processor. You don't want to put too much in there, or else it won't all get to the bottom. And then lid on.
Everyone's loving the pink gloves.
Yeah, but I'm a bit of a fan of the pink ones as well.
You match us, don't worry. You match the sugar and crumbs theme.
Right, so I'm just going to give this a good whiz up. And what I'm looking for is a really fine crumb. You get that alright?
Just about here, you guess.
You want a really fine crumb from this. I'm just going to knock that off again. As you can see, I probably did overload it a little bit. Just going to watch your fingers, don't do this at home. Take the blade out before you start messing about with it. That's my legal disclaimer. Okay. Back up. Another whiz. Almost there. Okay, so what we should have is, I'm going to take those pieces out because I don't want to put the processor back on yet. What we've got is a really nice, fine crumb there. Can you see that okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Got a nice big piece of cake there again still. So let's just give that a little crumble and then pop it back on for a second. So once it's all a really nice, fine crumb, we can start adding our buttercream. So, as today's something to do with cherries, I'm led to believe, we are going to use the cherry Natural Flavoured Icing Sugar. So I've just made buttercream with that, which will be beautiful with the chocolate cake. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to add in a dollop of buttercream. On the video, but the sound starts to change as we're adding the buttercream, just knocking down these crumbs from the edges there. But the sound starts to change and you'll notice that more as we go on. It doesn't take a lot, but you'll see what happens when we get there. Can you hear that change?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a little close. I'm just going to let that whiz a little bit longer.
So it's just eventually combining everything together, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost like making pastry. When it forms a ball, you're done. Almost. There we go. How good's that?
Fantastic. So just a couple of questions, if that's
Yeah,
all right, Claire.
of course.
I've got a few people just saying, so obviously you said that you're using cake scraps, so
Yeah.
basically anything that's left over, as long as it's not too sort of crispy and crunchy from the outside.
Yes.
And then I've got people saying if they make a cake specifically to use for cake pops, obviously that's okay as well.
Yeah, of course.
And then how much buttercream, but I suppose that depends on how much cake, doesn't it?
And it also depends how moist your cake is.
Right, okay.
So whatever recipes you're using, things like a red velvet, things like a red velvet cake tend to be a bit drier.
Yes, okay.
So that's more buttercream. But your chocolate cake, your vanilla cake in general, it's not very much, but you just need to go a little bit by
At a
little
time.
bit. Because if you add too much, you're going to end up with a big sort of soggy mess. What you're looking for is just enough to make it like this.
Okay.
So as you can see, this is like Play-Doh.
Yeah.
That's
Dough
exactly what we
consistency.
want.
Yeah.
Okay?
Fantastic.
Fabulous. Go away.
And the gloves, there's no particular reason, it's personal choice as Claire's wearing gloves. It's obviously it's a sticky mixture.
Yeah.
You know, obviously there's a lot of buttercream incorporated into the crumbs. So, you know, it's just for the fact that it probably doesn't feel great on your hands. And you're handling food.
I am about to start rolling it about in my hands,
Yeah.
which is, you know, I'm not entirely sure everyone wants to eat it once I've rolled it about for 10 minutes.
I don't mind.
So,
Maria says she doesn't mind.
so what we're going to do next, and this is a really long and painful process. So while we're doing it, I'll answer more questions if anyone has any. But it's long and painful. But if I was doing this for family or my nephew or, you know, nothing special, I wouldn't bother doing this. I'd just eyeball it. But if I'm doing this for somebody's birthday or if I'm doing this for a wedding, I need to make sure that they're all the same size. So, yay. A little bit on the scales.
Here we go.
Now, you get a feel for what you're looking for, and I'm looking for about 27, 28 grams, and you do get a feel for what that's like in your hand. That's too big. That's perfect. So all you do is grab a bit on the scales,
And just keep going.
and you just keep going. So, have I got any more questions, Maria?
Someone's actually asked, would you be able to do it with any type of buttercream, including a Swiss meringue?
I wouldn't, just for shelf life purposes, really. You can do it with ganache, which is nice.
Yeah, that's a nice idea.
But no, I wouldn't use Swiss meringue or Italian meringue or anything like that.
Right.
Just as a shelf life thing.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
you don't really want to have to keep these refrigerated. You can do, but you'd need to bag each individual pop if you were going to pop them in the fridge, or else they get all sticky when they come out with all the condensation.
Right, okay. And someone's just said, could you use Philadelphia cheese to combine them?
If you really wanted to, but I guess again that is not something I personally would recommend. They'd have to be kept refrigerated.
Yeah.
That's, you know, a big risk, sort of listeria wise. So I always say, because I'm a professional, I never use real cream cheese for anything. I would use a cream cheese flavouring, but would never ever use cream cheese for anything that was going anywhere apart from in my house.
Okay. And just for the couple of people who have just joined us or might have missed the beginning, my very quick rambly introduction. We're joined by Claire tonight, Claire Co, which has been here before. You'll have seen a name popping up on the Sugar and Crumbs community page and on the Facebook feed. And Claire's from Sugared Thistle, and tonight we're making cake pops. So you've not missed much if you've only just joined us. And we
just
will
missed the most important part.
we
That's
will
all.
be recapping. We will be recapping later. But basically, all we've done so far is Claire's used some cake scraps, pop them in the food processor to break them down as much as possible into a rough crumb, and basically added buttercream into the food processor as it goes along. And once you're at the consistency that's very similar to a dough, it automatically takes itself into a ball-like dough. And you're pretty much there with your mixture. All Claire's doing at the moment is actually weighing them out. So they're roughly, you know, same sort of size and shape.
We might
For
give up
later.
on that anyway. We might have just decided that that's way too boring. So, now you can see, because of this consistency, they roll into the most beautiful balls. Which is the foundation really. A nice smooth ball like that means you get a nice smooth cake pop.
So obviously it helps with your decorations and
It
everything
helps
like
with
that.
your decoration, and it just means that there's no crumbliness there, less chance of it falling off the stick. So, which I know is pretty much everybody's problem when they first get started, cake pops falling off sticks in all directions, but there's loads of reasons why that could happen, and this is the first one, but we'll talk through the rest of those reasons. as the night goes on, as we work our way through it. This was the part I was going to rope Laura into doing. I was going to say, you weigh them, I'll roll them, but I'm on my own again.
I'm on camera duty now, you see.
Okay.
Camera and comments. I'm far more comfortable on this side of the camera.
I thought you might be. Okay. So when I've got all these balled, what I'm going to do is pop them into the fridge. Now, they don't really need to be cold when we're working with them afterwards. It's just that I find putting them in the fridge because of the butter in there just helps firm them up a little bit. But we don't want them to be too cold when they come out of the fridge, basically. So before we're using them, in fact, can you take my cake balls out?
Take yours out.
Please. Thank you. We don't want them to be too cold. If they're too cold, what happens is we dip them, they look great, or if they're too cold, the chocolates, the candy starts setting as we're dipping them. We don't want that, you don't get a nice smooth coating. But other than that, what tends to happen is as they come back to room temperature, they expand.
Ah, right.
And then you get cracks in the chocolate, and then you get all those little leaky, oily bits
Right.
drifting down the cake pops. So if you've done it before and they keep cracking, that's why they were too cold. We're not too far off now. Is there anyone that I know there?
Shall I shout out a few hellos
Yeah.
and names? I've missed that bit today. So we've got Cass Gibson on, Gillian Sansom, April Keane Fitzpatrick, Kelda Aspire, Pam Helen Wedley. Who else have we got? Rob Allen, of course.
Hi Rob.
Julie Crompton.
Hi Julie.
Jackie Coulsey. Who else? Elaine Wall, Vanessa Hartman, Valerie Swarbrick. So yes, lots of familiar names to the Sugar and Crumbs family.
Hi everybody. I thought my business partner might have been watching, but she's not, clearly.
Well, let's not be too hasty because there's a lot of people watching, a lot of comments. So, like I said, the feed moves so quickly with the comments, it's really hard to keep up.
Well, she didn't want to come tonight because after last time when she was picked on all night, basically. So she's decided she's not coming again.
That's it. Put a foot down.
She has. Almost there, just about 2 or 3 more to do and we're done.
And just as a quick recap for anyone who might have missed the beginning or wants to just basically view the video again, Maria you'll see Maria going around the kitchen doing loads of videos and pictures, and they will be uploaded into really amazing 1-minute videos that will go onto YouTube and onto the Facebook page, and they are just basically all the important bits squashed into a brilliant video for everyone to run through at their leisure. And again, the whole Facebook Live will be pinned onto the Facebook page when we're finished. It will also go onto the YouTube channel. So Claire's just popped those ones into the fridge, and here's ones that she made earlier.
Vanilla. Well, they were vanilla, but now they're cherry bakewell.
Ah, okay. So what is it today then, Maria? Is it actually Cherry Bakewell?
It's the Cherry Day.
Cherry Day, National Cherry Day, okay.
Lovely. Okay, quick clean up. And then we can get started with these. So, exactly the same process with the vanilla cake. They're nice and soft and squishy, plasticine kind of texture. And again, they roll really nicely. So a lot of people do it differently to me. A lot of people sort of bake a ball. Has anyone done that before?
Yeah, I've heard of that
In
being
those little
done.
pans. I'll be honest with you, I just think that's like dry cake with some dry candy going outside of it. Doesn't appeal to me. This is more like a truffle. It's like a melt in your mouth experience rather than just a load of dry cake. Okay.
Kaz, they haven't changed colour magically. Claire's made these ones earlier and just took them out of the fridge. Someone's, I know, yeah. So someone said, how do they stop the comments from covering the screen? It depends what you're using, if it's a phone or a tablet, but you can swipe to the right, I think, to get rid of the comments. And you'll have to catch up on the comments later. Or like I think you turn your phone or your tablet portrait and it makes the video bigger and move the comments to the right.
Okay. Right, I'm just getting some green buttons melted because I want to do something with those later. But I'll just show you these little pots that I'm using. This is a PME chocolate melting pot. And I use this because I can have several colours on the go at the same time. Each pot comes with 3 pans. So I can just sort of
really good
whip
idea.
in and out with those rather than up and down over to the microwave. And if you microwave as well, you always run the risk of burning, which is not fun. Once it's gone too far, there's no bringing it back with these buttons, and they're so heat sensitive. So I think you're much better using these little pots. And I generally use just a cake pot stick to give that a bit of a stir as we go along. So I'm going to grab my cake pot stand, which is a piece of wood that my dad drilled holes in. Very professional. We've got all the top kit. And I'm just going to show you the first thing that we're going to do with our cake bowl. So I always re-roll it. Every time I pick one up, I re-roll the ball. Try and get it as round as possible. I don't know what it is with my hands. They seem to make sort of diamond-shaped things rather than round things. So try and get them as round as possible before we go. And we're just going to dip the stick into some of the buttons and about halfway to 2/3 through the ball. Okay. And again. Into the melts and into the bowl. So what this does is it makes a small collar around the base of the cake pot where the stick goes in, and we need that to be fully hardened before we go any further with these. Going. Any questions so far?
So someone just said, are they candy melts that you're using?
They are.
Yeah.
Well, they are. What I've got here, the white ones that I've got, are the Rainbow Dust Colour Melts. And this is my brand of choice. They're a really good price. They melt really nicely, actually. They're not too thick. Because a lot of the melts can be quite thick.
Yeah.
But these are lovely and smooth. And you do get a really nice coating with them, so that's my favourite brand. You can use tempered chocolate if you like. But it's pricier that way, and you know, it's only a very thin layer. I don't think the candy buttons make that much difference to the overall flavour of the pot.
Sorry, I'm just playing with camera angles. There's a couple of people saying, can I move the camera up? So I'm trying. I'm trying. No, don't worry. I'll move around you.
Just tell me
There
from
we go.
here.
It's all right. Don't worry.
I'm fine. Yeah. So like I say, chocolate's good. Melts are good. Anything really. Anything that's going to set up and give you a nice firm coating.
So yes, pretty much all the products that Claire's going to be using tonight will be on the Facebook page, on the website rather.
Yeah, they're on the wish list. I've already checked.
Well, Carol and Maria have worked hard and made sure that everything's in the wish list. So yes, the melting pots, the candy buttons, the melts, the sticks, the sprinkles and things like that are going to be used later on. So, and yes, Kaz Kipson, it would work with the same way with real chocolate, like Claire's recapped on there. Richard Crompton's just put, oh my goodness, I might have to bail out in a minute. We've got 4 flavours of cake crumbs ready to go and a couple of bowls of leftover buttercream. It's a good job there's not a scrap of chocolate in the house, or I'd be on this right now.
We could have done like a Gordon Ramsay style sort of
Yeah,
cook
like cook along. Yeah.
Ah, next time.
Yes.
Next time we'll do it all together. I'll give you a recipe list beforehand. Okay, do a few more of these and let's see if anything's set yet. Over here where we did our first ones.
Can you please show again?
Yeah, just the packet of the melts, just so everybody can see them.
That's those.
So that's the rainbow dust melts. And again, they come in a couple of different colours, don't they? Quite a few colours. And then there's a PME candy buttons as well.
Other brands are available.
Yes.
Okay, so can I go here quickly?
Yeah, yeah. I'll just move down, bear with me. Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
So what I've got here now is a nice solid ring around the base of that cake pop. So that's our first major step. And I'm going to move my melting pot over here so I can show you in the same place. I want to stay here.
No
What I'm
problem.
going to do in the pot now. Just going to move that. So am I in a good position?
Yep.
Okay, the most important thing we need to do with this now when we're dipping is to go straight down and cover. You can rock it about if there's not enough to cover it completely just by dunking, but we must never twist the stick around. So for this first one I'll do that, for the second one I'll twist the stick and show you what happens.
Right, okay.
So now what I'm doing is I've got my pot, can you see the angle there?
Yep.
And I'm just making sure I'm not tapping like this. I'm tapping right up here, and it just means it's less likely to drop off the stick then. And I'm tapping really, really, really gently. Really gently. And when it looks like most of it's come off, I'm going to turn that over completely and just tap back in the other direction, and that should even out the coating all over. Okay?
Fantastic.
Fabulous. Right. Let's grab another. See if we're done. Okay, so it won't happen now. It won't happen for me. I won't be able to do it badly. So in, and I'm twisting around in there, causing friction. Ah, look at that.
Oh, there it goes.
So basically, when you twist around your cake pop in there, I haven't thought this through. Where am I going to put that now?
Do you want a plate?
Please. I mean, yeah, it's still nice to eat, but there we go. So what happens when you twist around the stick, all you're doing is creating drag. So this little ring here comes unstuck and your pot falls straight off the stick. So we'll go again. Then a little rock around but not a spin. And then we can tap very, very gently until that comes away. You'll notice also that I'm not spinning the cake pop around while I'm tapping it. That tends to give you a trail of like a little tail that works its way around the middle of the pot.
Right,
Rather
okay.
than it smoothing out. So if you just tap it all in the one direction and then turn it over and tap it back the way, so then it evens out all over rather than sort of spinning it round as you're tapping. Okay. We'll do one more like this and then I'm going to get some sprinkles involved. Because I want these, I'm going to do something with some colour on those later on. Just give this a little stir, because what you've tapped off, your cake pops, tends to harden and just sort of sit on the surface.
So yeah, there's a couple of people just saying that they might have missed the method or they want to recap on the whole dipping and covering and tapping process, which is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
And yet the full Facebook Live tutorial will be pinned to the top of the Facebook page as soon as we're finished. Everything will also be uploaded to YouTube, so you can jump over to the YouTube page. If you subscribe to the page, it makes sure that you don't miss anything. So any 1-minute videos or any new tutorials that you might not have caught with us will also be uploaded, and then you won't miss anything if you subscribe. So the 1-minute videos will be on there as well, made by Maria. And just a very quick question from someone before. The PME pot comes with the 3 pots, so the melting pot, and then it comes with the 3 pans inside, and it's $19.95 on the website at the moment. It really is a bargain, actually.
Yeah,
It's
bargain.
fantastic.
Right, I'm going to go with sprinkles. So these are
That's our natural range, isn't it?
the natural range. I was just looking to see. Oh yeah, pearlised rainbow
Pearls.
non-pearls.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure.
No, the really tiny little balls.
Yeah.
That's what they are. So I'm going to pop those into a bowl.
Oh, Matthew's just popped up and said, "Hi, wifey, doing a great job."
Ah, I feel really embarrassed now. He doesn't normally bother watching. Hello, darling. I hope there'll be some tea ready when I get home. Why have I gone pink?
Oh,
My husband, I see him every day.
husband.
Wow. Right, sprinkles into bowl. Need all of them. So yeah, we were talking about recapping, weren't we? Don't worry, you will have seen this so many times by the end of the evening. I will be recapping everything probably 4 or 5 times. So once again, we're straight up, we didn't twist the stick, we're tapping off at an angle. Which one am I looking at right now?
I'm flicking between you. I'm flicking between you and one of the cameras in the middle, so I'm doing a bit of both.
If I go here, then I'm not like I'm both at the same time.
Yeah, well, I can try.
Okay. So, what we're thinking so far, guys, does it look easy?
Yes, to be honest, there's loads of people saying they're definitely going to give this another go, and the whole tapping at an angle thing makes loads of sense to people. I think you get an idea in your head of how it's supposed to work, and then when you put it into practice, obviously it's quite different.
Absolutely. It really is. I mean, when I first started doing these cake pops, I thought, well, I'm never doing them again.
Nightmare.
Then you just come up with your own way of doing things, and you get faster and you get better. And I mean, I used to crumb all the cake by hand, and it just wasn't fine enough. It was never going to be fine enough, and they were falling off the sticks. They were crumbling. It wasn't right. So now, food processor all the way. So I just did a little sprinkled one. I think they look amazing.
Yeah, really cute. Yeah.
They are really cute, aren't they?
Yeah.
I left a bit too much candy on that one, but it's very cute still. I'm just going to do another one of those, and then I'm going to do something else with the sprinkles. I'm going to use all Carol's posh piping bags, basically. I found a roll in the other kitchen, and I'm like, I'm having those.
Mandy Hill said, do you have to remove the pan from the heat when you're dipping the balls into it?
I just find it easier because I get a decent angle, then I can do it here, But if you're here, it's a bit of a pain. Just find it easier to get that angle. If you're working down here, it's so easy to just start dipping them and wobbling them around like that, rather than up here like this. It's just a habit of mine, really, but it helps.
Yeah, it's just what makes it easy for you, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Someone said that they've used the candy melts before and they found them quite thick once they're melted. So does oil need to be added, or can you add oil or something to the candy melts to thin them out?
I'm going to show you that with the green.
There we go.
So let's do that now while we're thinking about it. So I've got some green ones here in my other melter.
They look great.
Don't they? It's a bit sort of mushy peas, that, isn't it? Although I still have to say it's better than some other brands, which we won't mention.
Okay.
Begins with a W.
Right. Okay.
So they are quite thick, but we can thin them down. The only thing is you've got to be really careful when you're thinning them. There's only so much oil it can take, or else they'll never really set again. So what I've got in here is some vegetable oil, and I'm just going to add, I think that's slightly bigger than a teaspoon. And add that in and give it a good stir. Like I say, you don't want to go, probably need more than that, but you don't want to go crazy, so just go a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
Some people add Trex to it.
Oh, right, okay.
Because white fat has more chance of sort of solidifying.
Right, I see.
and Americans use something called Paramount crystals, I'm led to believe.
Right.
Which is just like an edible wax sort of thing, but that's quite gross. So I'd rather just use it's like what you do for a chocolate fountain, really, isn't it?
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah. Yes, Debbie, you can order the candy melts from Sugar and Crumbs. And the easiest way to find the items that are being used tonight by Claire is to pop onto the Sugar and Crumbs website and pop onto across the top of the website. Go to the wish list. It's a Facebook wish list. If you use the drop down there, it's got July and the title of the Facebook Live tonight, which is cake pops. Sorry, I'm trying to read comments as I remember where it is. And all of the items are there for you to pick. It's just a really easy way of putting everything all together in one place.
Nearly there. These are never, I don't think, going to be quite as smooth as the rainbow dust ones. But having said that, let's put another colour on, because it's very strange with these things. A lot of the time the colour pigments change the consistency of them. So something like pink, a pink shouldn't be as thick, but reds can be really thick.
Yeah, someone's mentioned the red before. I think that's what someone said.
Reds can be really thick. But the rainbow dust red is pretty good. We'll pop some pink in. Okay, and let's just hang on while they melt. I'm going to turn that up. It's got two temperatures, by the way, on this melting pot. Your first one is keep warm, and your second one there is melt. So as soon as they've melted, knock that down to 1.
Ah, right, okay.
Okay. Right, let's get rid of that for now. I'll bring this one back in. I'm going to take one of these fancy piping bags. And do something cool. So just tip a little bit of your, not a lot, just a little bit of your melts into the bag. And I usually, when I've got the melts in, I just tie a knot in the bag so that it doesn't accidentally, when I put it down, come pouring out the other end. And then it's nice and easy to handle as well. So put a pair of scissors somewhere, put them over there. And then I'm just going to take the very tip of the bag away. I'm working over the pot. Let's just see. Yeah, that looks good. I'm going to take one of my cake pops and turn it on the side. Can you see me over here?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, still?
Yep.
So can you
Go
see me
for
and I
it.
moved it?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay, so what we're going to do is start a stream and run back and forward. And then turn it over and go back and forward. It's got quite a nice layer on. And then I'll bring in the sprinkles. I'm going to pour those over those lines.
Ah. So simple, but so clever.
It's been said about me before, quite simple, but sometimes clever. So then we end up with a really cute sprinkled stripy cake pop.
Yay, I like it.
They're quite sweet, aren't they? I'll do that again. I'm going to do everything twice. So back and forward. And then into the sprinkles. Oops, spread sprinkles everywhere.
Really sorry about that. Not sure if the weather has hampered our connection to the Wi-Fi or what's happened this evening, but our camera's completely disconnected for a few minutes there. So really sorry for anyone that lost that. But we are back up and running, so we'll just give you a few minutes for everybody to rejoin the Facebook feed. But rest assured, when the video is put together onto YouTube, everything will be put together so you don't miss out any of the parts from before or for now onwards. So you've not missed anything. We stopped as soon as we realised that we'd disconnected and lost everybody. But Claire will very quickly just go over what she was doing with the last one with the sprinkles for everybody. So like I say, we'll just give everyone a couple of minutes just to get back onto the feed on Facebook. And then hopefully everyone will be back with us very shortly. So thank you very much for bearing with us. We're really sorry about that. But hopefully we're back up and running, and we'll have everyone back with us soon.
Thank you. Sorry about that. I just had an itchy face for a second, so I'm swapping gloves. New pair. Okay, so all we did, all I was doing, was just making sparkly cake pop, really. So I'll just show you now what I was up to. So what I did was this one here. You see how beautifully sparkly?
Yeah, it's
I'll
gorgeous.
show you down here.
Yep.
With those sugar crystals. And you can use those exactly the same way as we did for the stripy pot. For that one. That works exactly the same. So, leave those for a moment. Now, as well, we got these pink melts on the go, didn't we?
Ah, yeah, that's what we were doing.
Yeah, you can see already that this is a lot thinner than the green. And they're not even fully melted yet. So they're going to be perfect very shortly. So while that's happening, just while that's melting, I'm going to dip a few more pops. Are there any questions while I do that?
No, I've just had a few people saying, "Oh, Laura, you broke the Facebook. That's impressive."
Yeah, just say it had to happen when it was just us three by ourselves.
Carol won't be asking me to step in again.
It's bad when you actually break the internet. Isn't it?
Nobody's missed much, to be honest with you guys. Honestly, we promised we stopped as soon as we realised that the feed had gone. But like I say, everything will be put together when we do put the Facebook Live onto the Facebook feed after we finish today. Someone has asked if you can redo the sparkly one, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course I will.
Fantastic. And then no one's missed out on anything.
Yeah, I'll do that now. Okay, so it was just a thin layer of the candy melts. There's a little bubble there. So I'm going to pop that. And then it was just a case of just making sure it's well covered with these sugar crystals. And I don't know if you missed that part where I said they were. I'm going to show you the container again in just a minute. Okay. So there we go.
Fantastic.
Gorgeous sparkly one.
Thank you.
And that was the Wilton sprinkles.
Yeah, which are also on the
White
Facebook. They're on Facebook. They're on the website under the wish list.
They are on the wish list. Yeah, there's quite a lot of good stuff on that wish list. Like I say, the mould that I used before, I'm pretty sure that's on the wish list as well. So, we were going to use green because I wanted to make something cool. But we're going to do something instead now. I'm going to make something with the pink ones instead. So what I'm going to do is get a couple of these buttons. We might be good down here for a little while.
No problem.
I'm just going to get out some of these. 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm going to show you how to add some ears.
Oh,
To your cake pops. Okay, so what we've got to do is, obviously you need 2 per cake pop for the ears, and I brought with me, or I didn't, I stole from Carol's kitchen, a piping tip. So with the open end, so it doesn't matter what piping tip you're using, you're just going to, can you see me here?
Yeah.
You're just going to cut part of that melt away. So that's the shape you're looking for.
Ah, right, I see. Okay.
So we'll take, again, part of that away. And last one. Okay, so those are our little ears. So I'll take one of my cake balls and I'm going to use the pink melts this time. And what I like to do, if you can see air bubbles in it, give it a little bit of a bang. And that'll get rid of most of the air bubbles in there and stop you getting some on your cake pops. So again, straight down, you can wiggle it around, just don't twist it. And out, and giving it a good tap at a steep angle. Really gently though. You get a feel for this. I mean, at first when you start doing it, you need to watch them like a hawk, just waiting for any signs of movement, but you get a feel for it and you know exactly how rough you can be. So once we've got a coating on, we're going to add our ears. So one on over here, just hold that for a second. And then we'll take the other one over here. Hold for a second. And then what we need to do is just let that firm up. So I'm going to pop these in the holder. And I'm going to do another few. Oh, I know what I wanted to do as well. Someone asked about shaped pops.
Oh, right, okay.
So somebody asked questions about shaped pops when I said last night on the group, did anyone want to see anything specific?
Right.
So when we're waiting for these ears to set into position, I'll show you how to do a shaped pop, just something simple. These make really good teddy bears.
That's
Got it?
perfect. Yes.
They make really good teddy bears. Don't worry, we're not leaving them like they. Really good bears, but also if you put the ears a bit closer together, they make really well-known mice that we can't mention, but very well-known mice. The male and the female one, they're lovely. Okay, so just quickly, I'll do a couple of these. I'm going to work here. Yes?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So I'm just actually going to give that a good squeeze and make sure that that's really, really pliable. Roll into a nice ball, and then I'm just going to take the pressure to one end of the ball and roll that into a teardrop shape. Give that a little bit of a flatten. For starters, that's a strawberry now.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
But then we're just going to take it one step further. Use your lolly stick, rock that back and forward. And then can you see that I've made that little indentation there? And I'm just going to use the stick now, like a rolling pin, to smooth that out.
It's gone very quiet on the feed. I think everyone's concentrating now.
I can't talk while I do this. I'm not a natural multitasker. Okay, and then just use my fingers again to just round that off and soften it a little bit. And now I've got a little love heart.
Ah, that's
so we'll
lovely.
put that on the stick and we can dip that shortly. These are great for Valentine's Day. That in there. We'll do one more of those and then we'll get back on with a few other bits and pieces. I might still show you frogs, but those frogs might be pink.
Okay, we'll go with it if you want. We'll be fine.
So again, we've made our little teardrop. Oh, incidentally, before you flatten the teardrop, it's a balloon.
Right, okay. Yes.
So, flatten that. In fact, let's make a balloon as well. And that cake pop stick, what did it? Oh, we used it. Did that? I used it. So again, we're going to, and then use our stick to just soften that ever so slightly. If you make sugar flowers, it's kind of like the way you use a cell pin when you're doing this. And give it a little on the bottom, and in we go. And a balloon.
We've had all sorts of jokes about being rough with the balls and the cake pops, as you can imagine.
Didn't expect anything less from that one, if I'm honest. I know who's watching. Yes, I have been accused of being rough with the balls before, but I learnt the hard way. You need to be very gentle with them, or else you get into all kinds of trouble. Okay. Right, that's those set aside. My tummy's rumbling something rotten. I should have said that. You probably can't pick that up from the microphone, can you? Could have kept that to myself, okay. Like I said to my husband though earlier, the tea needs to be
Yeah, tea needs to be ready.
He's a good boy, he'll have it ready. Okay. And one more of those. We might have a little packet of strawberry. Now obviously it can get a lot more complicated than that. I sent Maria some nice pictures of some of the cake pops I've done, so she's got a lovely picture of a Alice in Wonderland set that I did a couple of years ago. It's very, very complicated for a live video. So you never know, we might do another advanced cake pop live in the future.
Idea.
But that won't be happening tonight.
No.
In that set. Will you post a picture of it later on
Yes,
there?
Annie's in
the comments.
in the intro video.
Oh, is it already in there?
Yes.
Oh, amazing. So you might have already seen them. So yeah, you've got the little I'd have to hats. You've got hearts with little crowns on them. You've got the playing cards. You've got pocket watches. So they're a really cute set. So we may do advanced at some point, but not tonight. Okay, so we're going to go for a second dip on these little bear type items. A little stir.
And this
Now-
is where the three pots really come in handy, isn't it? Because you just
Yes.
don't have to mess about waiting for one. You can just keep going, can't you, with your designs?
Absolutely. Now you have to be careful at this stage because your pots aren't really very deep.
Deep, yeah.
But you also want to get those ears covered nicely. So you just got to be really careful because your pot's a bit heavier. You see that stick wiggling?
Yeah.
They're a bit heavier, so we just need to make sure we get plenty of this off as well. So we're really going gently now. Almost.
So I've had Victoria saying that when she's made cake pots before, the majority of hers crack. Is that because of the texture of the buttercream and the mixture's not quite right?
No, it's just that they're too cold.
Right,
Are they
okay.
in the fridge?
Yeah, well,
putting them in the fridge
yeah.
beforehand.
Yeah, Victoria did ask if they'd been chilled before, but
Anyone just see what just happened?
no, we didn't actually because I'm on you.
Good, ignore it. It never happened.
No one's seen anything.
Let's just leave it.
No
Let's
one's
just
seen
leave
it.
that. Small accident. Completely my fault. But we'll do it again anyway. Okay. Yeah, it's just because they're too cold. That's all it is. They're just expanding when they come back to room temperature and then cracking the chocolate as they get bigger. But it tends to, if you leave them, it tends to sort of self-heal overnight.
Oh, right,
Just
okay.
leave them alone. I mean, I think sometimes the worst thing you can do is try and patch it up.
Start
It
faffing
just
about with
looks
them.
messy. But more often than not, they'll reclose themselves
Right, I
overnight.
see.
And it's worth mentioning that you can refrigerate the whole lot once they're done, but like I said before, you need to bag them all up first, or else the condensation makes them really they sweat, don't they?
Yeah.
So that's not what we're looking for. Okay. Do this a little bit. Actually, I might do this. No, I won't. No, I won't. No, I won't. Stick with pink. See, usually when I do this, disclaimer for family members, not charging them anything, and I'm making that well-known mouse. I only half dip them again. They don't dip the whole thing in.
Right, okay.
So you'd originally dip in one colour and then dip in the other colour.
Of course.
The top part.
I'm with you.
But you would never do that for a paying customer. Okay, nearly there. Nearly there. There we go. It's really cute.
Yeah, really cute.
It's got a little face on it, be lovely. Anyway. I just had a really cute idea of what to do with that. We might do another.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to do another. Okay. We're going to dip it. Sorry, I tend to go off on the time. I don't even know what time it is either.
Don't worry, it's only 9:10.
Oh, cool.
It's alright.
We've got plenty of time. I mean, if it's interesting, if people
It
aren't
is.
interested,
No, people are loving it. People are absolutely loving it.
Excellent. I think everyone's terrified of cake pops.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. That's what a lot of the comments are. I've tried them once, they were a disaster, I vowed I'd never try them again. And then we've had loads of people saying tonight, this is such a, a straightforward way of doing it. I think it is just sometimes that's sort of second opinion or someone else's view of it, isn't it?
Totally, yeah. And you'll have noticed as well, there's next to no prep time really for it, is there? I mean, it's 5 minutes with a food processor.
Yeah, really quick.
You're ready to go.
So Fiona, the melting pot that's being used at the moment is it's a PME melting pot. So it comes with the heater and then with actually 3 pans that you can remove and change inside. So you can keep going with your colours basically. Claire's just about to grab the box just to show you. So it's an electric melting pot as demonstrated. It's a beautiful demonstration. Right, it should be a shopping channel presenter. So that is on.
Very The Price is Right, wasn't it?
So it is on the wish list on the Sugar and Crumbs website. If you go onto the page, across the top of the titles, you'll find the wish list for the Facebook drop down. Press July and you'll see everything that Claire's used tonight with loads of different products. So you've got your sprinkles, you've got your candy melts and buttons, the PME heater, the cake pops, actual sticks and things like that. So yeah, there's loads in there for loads of different ideas.
And these are great because they're so versatile. I mean, something like this, in the individual bags, white ribbon, tiny little white ribbon bow around that.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful wedding favour.
Yeah.
And they're not particularly difficult, time consuming maybe.
Yeah.
Not particularly taxing. But then you've got something with the ears on, which is great, and or with the multi-sprinkles,
Yeah,
which are
that's
amazing
really
for
nice.
children's parties, aren't they?
Yeah, perfect.
So they're a great all-rounder, really. I love them. Been making them for years now, absolutely love them. So I'm just going to, while we're waiting for our little bear type item, just to set up, I'm just going to dip one of the hearts.
I think I've just got someone in trouble. I actually mentioned someone's name and her husband has just said, is that you? It's just been mentioned. Maybe she's not supposed to have been watching. Sorry.
Oh dear.
You need to say, I'm anonymous or something like that.
That, my friend, was a rookie error. You don't start typing on things and having a shout out if you're going to get told off.
Oh, hi Claire from Liz and Rosie Still Shopping.
Hi Liz and Rosie. See, she got here eventually. That's my business partner. Have you bought anything good? Have you bought anything for me?
More importantly.
Of course. Food, bring me some food. Something. Okay, that got a bit wobbly then. So I'm going to stop tapping that. It's about ready. I got all excited about the possibility of shopping. So yeah, little heart. Done. And I'll do something jazzy with that as well afterwards. I'll dip another one of those. It's not just going to stay like that, by the way. There are other things that we're going to do with them. Otherwise it's quite boring, isn't it?
And now Fiona, who I've got in trouble before, I've now got to say, hello Chris, it's okay for Fiona to spend money. Hopefully I've redeemed myself there.
Oh dear. I somehow feel that that's going to make it worse, you know.
Well, it's not me.
Not
Follow the instructions.
No.
Thanks, Rob. That's really helpful. So Rob Allen's just put on there the actual link to the Sugar and Crumbs website with the Facebook. I can't say that.
It's
Facebook Live wish list.
Wish list.
Facebook.
The Smishmash book.
Facebook.
Okay. Right. What should we do here?
Right, I'm just going to switch off the love lights behind you because I've just noticed I think what's happening is the camera's trying to focus on them.
Right, okay.
So we're just getting like a little bit of a strobing effect.
Okay.
So I've just noticed that on the camera feed. So just to stop anyone thinking that they're going crazy. Oh, I'm going to switch half off.
Are you sorted?
Maybe in a second. There we go.
Fabulous.
Sorry, I just appeared in the background there.
You've got a taste for it now, haven't you? You've got your taste for your on-screen appearances, and you can't wait to get back in. I knew it would happen. I'm just putting a few more on sticks now. Ready to do a few bits and pieces with afterwards. So bear with me a second.
No problem. So Wendy Haynes just said, can you use melted chocolate instead of candy melts? Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, you can. Right. Something different. I'm going to bring in a spare pan for this. So dipping. I'm a bit low in here, so I've got to rock it about to get that covered. Tap a little bit, not too much. And then, without thinking it through and asking for the right tools for the job, I'm just going to nick that spoon out of there. Give this a stir, and I'm just going to make a bit of a mess on here with some pink. And now, I don't know why that felt really light then, because there's nothing in it. I expected it to be heavy like the other ones. I'm going to tap that away. And what you have there is a trendy marble cake
effect.
And you can do that. You can do that with as many colours as you like.
That's really pretty.
I'll do that again. Like I say, we're recapping absolutely everything constantly tonight. Rocking. So what I'd like to know from you guys is where you think you may have gone wrong in the past, or if there's anything that you think I haven't covered, which might be at, at a certain stage while you're making these that you're having problems with. Otherwise, I'm just rambling nonsense without giving any information that you need. Where have you gone wrong in the past?
There's not really any comments just yet, but it will take a few seconds for them
Yeah.
just to come through. I've got a few people just saying that they don't like candy melts or they don't like the candy melt brand, which is absolutely fine. There are a couple of different brands for the candy buttons and candy melts, so it is just down to a personal choice, really. And so we've got the PME candy buttons, and then you'll also notice on the website we have the Rainbow Dust candy melts. So they're just
they're
slightly
called colour
different
melts,
colour
yeah.
melts. It's just a different brand, really, and a slight adaptation on what the product is.
I have to say, 100% for me, the Rainbow Dust is the
Yeah.
best brand out there. Having said that, with any of them, they need to be quite fresh. So if
Right.
they're coming close to their date, they're not brilliant.
Right.
So as fresh as possible. Don't sort of bulk buy a million of them and then leave them for a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they need to be pretty new.
Right. Okay.
And I want to fill up my white again. I'm just going to do that and let that melt, and I'll start using more pink.
So Sandra, when the cake pops crack, Claire did mention this before, it's probably because they're too cold. So they've been chilled just for too long and they expand and they crack. So yeah, they will sort of, you will need to have them cool, but not cold, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I chill them in order to just set them really in their shape, but then I let them come to almost room temperature before dipping them. They
Right.
don't need to be cold to use them if you don't want them cold.
Right. Okay.
A lot of the time I'm quite impatient, and that's when I end up with the cracks because I've just not waited long enough for them to
Right.
come up to room temp. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go back in with this little bear, but I'm only going to dip to just past the ears this time. And I'm going to gently tap upside down like this and let that all wash off.
Okay.
Not all of it, but a good amount will take off. Oh, a bit more, I think, a bit more. But I'm doing this really gently. Okay, and then I think we'll use our nice bright rainbow sprinkles. Make sure that's well covered. And
Oh, I
then,
like that one.
how cute is that?
Yeah, that is adorable.
It's almost like he's got a little woolly hat on.
Yeah.
So cute. So cute.
Really cute.
Pop him over there. Okay. Stay there. Please stay there. Okay. Right. I want to do just a couple more things. So what I'll do is I'm just going to dip some plain ones, and then I'll show you another little finish that we can do on them. So in. Tapping away. I must be explaining everything really well because nobody's asking me anything.
Honestly, I think that's the thing.
I must be so good at this.
You really are. I think what it is sometimes, like I said before, you get an idea in your head of how something's going to happen, even if you've not done it before. And you go, yeah, I'll do that and it'll work like this. And then when you actually try and put it into action, it's very different. And I think seeing somebody else do it and their take on it, it kind of all just clicks into place and makes sense. So
if that's the case, just click your little love heart now so we can
no,
see if it is.
absolutely, go for it. Lots of thumbs up and lots of likes, please. Show your appreciation because this is It's a fantastic Facebook Live to see. And you don't get this often, you know, this is a free Facebook tutorial, and I think that's one of the things that people do forget. You know, this is all being done for free. You can watch it as many times as you want, go back onto the Facebook page or go onto the YouTube page and you know, do almost like a little mini cook-along live, like Claire said before. Have everything ready and follow the process through with Claire as she does it, you know, but obviously in your own time. And, you know, I'm one of those people that needs to see somebody do something. Explaining it to me or reading it doesn't necessarily sort of stick in my mind. I need to see somebody actually doing something, and then, you know, I pick it up easier.
I'm quite visual like that. I do need to see in order to understand.
So Jane Edwards, hi Jane. So Eddie Bears are loving the bears tonight. So Eddie Bears, a little trade company that we work with that stock the sugar and crumbs flavours. So yeah, Eddie Bears are liking the bears. Karen Naylor said, can you decorate them after they've hardened? So after the candy melts or whatever coating you're using has hardened.
What do you, how
in what way?
Yeah, in what way? I'm going to do some decorating once they've hardened. That's why I'm just doing some plain ones now.
Right.
I'm going to do a few bits and pieces. The tip that I showed you with the piping bag before, obviously your first layer needs to have hardened.
Yeah.
To do that with the stripes. Other than that, if you you know, if you're using it to sort of stick things, you need the coating to be still wet. Oh, I lost that.
Oh no, we've got a casualty.
Yeah, we have got a casualty. That's unusual for me. I think this might be a bit too chilly. Let's put some more and we'll swap over to the white again.
Yeah, April's just saying she needs to see things 3 times, and then I think almost that's sort of gone into your head then, hasn't it? And exactly, thank God for YouTube. It really is fantastic, and that's what I like so much about the Facebooks, that, you know, just because it's been a Facebook Live doesn't mean that once it's over, it's gone.
It's gone, yeah.
It you know, it is still back for everyone to refer back to.
It's there forever.
Yes. Oh no, don't say that.
It is. This is coming along nicely. Just had to clear my throat then a second, sorry.
Okay.
Maria, could I have another spoon, please? Really appreciate that, thank you. Thank you.
So, Bryony, yes, you can put the melts in the microwave, but you have to be really, really careful with them. They turn so quickly. I've done it myself trying to use them for a drip cake, and it was an absolute disaster. But I know it's quicker, but it's not always great.
So what happens basically? I'll explain it with the melts, and this is where people go really wrong with them and don't understand what's happening. Basically, the more heat you add to a button, it's gonna get thicker and thicker and thicker. So you're pulling it out of the microwave and you go, no, it's still thick. Put it back in. And it'll just get thicker and thicker and thicker, and then you'll have a big solid burnt lump in the middle. So this way is easier to keep your eye on it. Obviously microwave's great if you're doing a massive volume, say you're making 200 pops and you just want to have a big container full of it ready for dipping fine, but this way is a lot easier to keep your eye on it. If you really have to use the microwave, it's like 20-second bursts max. And as we demonstrated with the green before, you've got a very good chance of overheating that, because that's never going to be on its own what you want it to be. It's always going to be too thick. That really is like mushy peas, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's never going to be what you want it to be. And like I said before, some of the colours, the rainbow dust ones are brilliant. They don't tend to get too thick, and no matter what colour you use, they tend to be pretty good. But like I say, if they're fresh, it's just a lot of the other brands that I tend to have a bit of, well, everyone tends to have a bit of trouble with. Dip. What do you fancy? The chocolate ones with the cherry or the vanilla with the cherry?
Oh, anything. It's me.
As long as it's a cake pop.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a decent cake pop. That's the difference. That's what you were saying before. It's
Yeah.
not one of those dry, chewy, baked ones. It is a proper cake pop.
Yeah. Have you tried one this style before?
Yes, but a very long time ago. So I haven't, you know, it probably wasn't even that decent, to be fair. But
Be careful, the person who made it for you might be watching.
no, I think it was a shop bought one.
right,
I'm
okay.
pretty sure it
Like
was
a
just
Starbucks.
yeah, it's something like that, exactly. Which is, you know, it's never a good thing to try, is it?
No, it's not going to be fresh, is
No,
it?
exactly. Should know better.
I've never tried before.
You never tried
Never
them
tried
before? Maria.
Maria, I think you should eat one now so that you can tell everybody what it's like.
Taste test.
Wait, I have this.
1 second.
Yeah,
1 second.
No, I don't mean right this second.
1 second.
But
She's
you
in
are.
there.
She is keen. Look at that. She's keen to get hold of one. Right, we are nearly ready to do something different.
I love that shade of pink. It's lovely, isn't it?
It is pretty.
Yeah, really nice.
So I'm just going to clear up a little bit of this mess that I've made. And I've got a nice little pile of rubbish that I'm hoping no one's noticed over here.
No, don't worry, it's
Just
mine.
move that bowl.
Can't see it.
Move these gently out of the way. Put that on top of that, buttercream finger. Okay, move these just a little bit with a spoon. And off we go. Right, did you notice before, over here,
Yeah.
that these had a really nice shine to them?
Yes, lovely.
Should we find out how to do that?
Let's go.
Okay. Right, paper. Just to contain the mess. And I'll go for a different colour this time. Oh. Wow, she can't even rip a piece of paper that's got a covering texture.
It's one
Somebody
of
else
those
rip me off
nights.
another piece of that, please. It's not me.
One of those nights.
Wow, that was embarrassing. Really embarrassing. Okay, so what I've got here are the coloured flash lusters. And the one that I used to make these before was the metallic dusting colour Hint of Red. Hint of Red. Huh?
Ah, okay.
Yep. And it also I found in the big box of treats that Maria brought through for me before is Hint of Green and Hint of Blue. I thought I'd try out some copper because that looks nice.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Pure gold. And I've got this purple, which looks really nice, purple pearl. So we'll give that a whirl as well. And I think we'll start off with our lightest first because I only brought one brush, basically.
I can probably get you some more brushes if you need them.
It's okay.
Sure.
Don't worry, we'll just work our way up to the darker
Okay.
colours. We'll end with copper. Thanks. Again, embarrassing. I really struggle with packaging.
So do I.
I'll swap you that one as well, thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to tip a little bit out onto my greaseproof. And I'm using greaseproof instead of kitchen paper because all the dust tends to get sucked up into the kitchen roll, whereas it'll stay on the surface of the baking paper. I can just keep dabbing around in there. So on here,
Yep.
so I'm going to dump my brush, make sure I've got plenty on there, and all I'm going to do is just rub that onto the pot.
Oh, that's nice.
It just gives it that lovely sheen. See?
Yeah, that's really nice, that.
That's the Hint of Blue. Plenty on. Lovely. Don't know why I put that much out, to be honest. Didn't really need that much. And then get rid of any excess. I think I'll do some gold. I don't know what it's going to be like over the pink, but I thought we'd do a gold heart.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
Yep, not bad.
Yeah, that's a good effect. That.
Good coverage.
Yeah.
Just brush off any excess. That made it sort of makes it almost like a rose, a soft rose gold.
Yeah, it does, because the pink underneath.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
I like that. We might be doing that again.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think what's going on here is that we've had our candy staying in that sort of state for too long.
Right.
Because we've been working for such
Yes.
a long time, and you wouldn't normally. So it stops at a certain stage. It just stops setting.
Right. Okay.
So I'm going to work with what I've got here and see if I can do. Is that set? Nope. It's not. This one set? It is. Okay. I'm just going to switch these pots off for a bit. And we'll do purple on the little bear.
Yeah, everyone's saying that's a really nice effect to put the shimmer or the
Yeah.
powders over the top.
It is, and the Colour Splash range have got so many nice lustres.
Yeah, there's so many to choose from as well.
See what the purple's like. I've not tried with purple. Oh yeah, I like that actually. That's really pretty.
Yeah.
But I think you need a good coating.
Yeah.
To make sure you get every bit with the purple.
So just to answer Jackie's question, you can get little cellophane cake pop bags.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were selling them, or if you're giving them as a gift or anything like that, just pop them in a little bag, tie them up with a little bit of ribbon. There are some different designs on our website that we actually stock at the moment.
They usually come with a twist tie.
Yeah, yeah. So they're really nice, like as a gift or something like that. It makes them look really professional, doesn't it? You know, individual gifts and things like that. I think they're really nice ideas. I like that purple.
There we go. Purple there. Let's see if we can't just try one more. In fact, that's really purple now. Have you got a bit of kitchen roll or something that I could just... a little wipe on. Thank you.
No problem.
So I'm just going to rub my brush on the paper to just try and get rid of some of that purple.
Yeah, they are really shiny. Kaz has put it's so shiny, and those pearls are absolutely gorgeous. I love that gold on the pink part. Yeah, it's really
good
pretty.
discover that, wasn't it? Just on the off chance tonight. Okay, this looks like it's dry. Excellent. Right, see what the copper's like.
Wow. I like that one.
I don't know what the face was that I just pulled, but I think it meant I really like this. How good's that? Plenty of it, you need plenty of it on there to do this. And then you take it off again, but you need to have plenty on your brush. That's amazing.
That's absolutely gorgeous.
I love that. Just looking to see if we've got something sparkly that we can then add to them. You know, why not? No,
Yeah, exactly. Why not? Never have enough sparkle.
But I mean, with a ribbon
Yeah.
in the bag, with the ribbon, that is absolutely gorgeous. I love that. Let's move that one.
So just to recap, the dust that Clara's using at the moment are all from the Colour Splash range. So there's loads to choose from. Some are matte in the range, and these ones are pearls. So you've got hints of green, hints of blue, hints of gold, hints of red, sorry. We have pure gold, copper, purple pearl. I think that's everything covered. Yeah, that's everything that we've covered. But it is just a personal choice.
So,
obviously, if you've got a particular theme that you want to go with, then obviously colour coordinate.
I really like these, hint of, for baby showers.
Yeah.
Because you could do hint of blue, hint of green, hint of hint of red even, hint of pink, hint of red. And you could do a big mixture of those and they would just look really cute, especially if you don't know what you're...
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know what you're having. And they're lovely. Okay.
And again, everything that's being used will be in the wish list on Facebook. I actually said it.
It's not on Facebook, it's on the website.
It's on the website. Oh, I nearly got it there.
So close.
I actually said wish list.
You did.
But just not to the right place.
The link to the wish list is on the previous post though on Facebook that was introducing me, saying that very soon we would be live with me. There's a link there for the wish list. So that is on Facebook.
It's going to give up. Almost feels
Carol,
like
are you
it
going to
should
let
be.
us do this? Let's do this again by ourselves.
No, almost feels like it should be Friday the 13th today. It's almost turning into one of those.
It is a bit like that, isn't it? Gold sprinkles. She's giving me a look then. Everybody, just so you know, she was definitely giving me a look. I said, yeah, right, like you can open that. Thank you.
No props.
These are Wilton Gold Pearlised Sugar. Ooh, fancy. I'm going to leave that in that. That's got a...
Yeah,
Can you
with a
see
sprinkled
that?
top.
Over
Yeah.
here, can you see that? Fancy. Way fancier than the, usual. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I keep thinking, will I ruin it though? Will I ruin it? We'll love that. Let's take our tip of our bag away again. And we'll do some stripes. There, and we'll try our gold sprinkles. Loads of sprinkles. You want to cover up the white bits, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I'm loving that already.
I think that's quite jazzy.
Yeah, it really is.
It's amazing.
Very nice.
Pop it into the middle for me so I can give everyone.
Here.
Yeah, that's lovely. That's really nice.
Golden
That effect.
bronze. Okay. One last thing with the piping bag is a technical thing.
Okay.
And then I've shown you pretty much all I can show you tonight because I can't dip any more pots. They're not going to set up. So we're just going to do one last thing. It's a technical thing. Should have maybe practiced this before. I said I'm going to do this technical thing. So basically, shall I go here?
Yes, that's brilliant.
Very gently. Very light pressure. I'm squeezing out. Drawing a spiral. Taking it around. And stopping my spiral.
Oh.
And then I'm going to do another one. And stopping there. Which looks a bit rubbish, but then what we do is I've moved, haven't I?
No, it's okay, don't worry, we've still got you.
And I'm in. Start adding some little bits to our design.
Yeah, Karen Naylor just says steady hands needed for freehand decorations.
And as well, you'll notice piping with this is not easy like it is
No.
with royal icing. There's no sort of dropping a line.
No.
That doesn't happen. It just goes.
It just goes.
It's just this or it's that.
Yeah.
So, ideally, it could do with being a little bit cooler to do this, because it does tend to sort of merge.
But that effect is absolutely amazing.
Just a little bit of piped decoration just makes it that little bit more special. I mean, don't ever offer to do 100 of these.
Yeah, on your head be it.
I used to do 100 farm animals a week.
Wow.
For a farm shop.
Goodness me.
Yeah. No amount of money in the world is enough for that job. And there we go. Just a little bit of freehand.
Lovely.
There we go. Like I say,
So
it could do with
pretty.
being a little bit cooler. But like I say, because we've got our melting pots and we've had them on for quite a long time now.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear, it's all going downhill now. So that's it, unless there's anything specific anyone else
No.
wants to see.
It doesn't look like it, no. But I'm just going to, if that's all right, just pop a few of them in front of the camera just so everyone can
Of
see a
course,
quick
yeah,
close-up of them.
Of course.
Would you just stay there and tell me if I'm in front, if that's all right? So, we've got these gorgeous
So I will move out of the
marbled ones that Claire's done. Just as a nice effect there. And again, these can be done in any colour, just to give you an idea of something different. And then, see, I don't know if this is my favourite or if the heart's my favourite, but this little one is gorgeous. So we've got gorgeous little teddy bear there with some ears on and sprinkles.
And a purple
And a
one.
little friend. So this one's covered in the candy melts, and then Claire's just gone over this with a gorgeous purple pearl dust from the Colour Splash range, just to give it a different effect. And this is just covered in some of the sprinkles that we stock at Sugar and Crumbs. And then let's do some more. So we've got some, so just as an example, these ones again have been covered in some dust, and Claire's just gone through with the Katie Sue domed alphabet mould and just pop the letters on there. So again, nice idea for a baby shower or a birthday or something like that. We've got the freehand one, which is absolutely gorgeous. Do it that way, might be a bit easier. Yeah, so that's just piped straight onto the candy melts there. And we've got the gorgeous copper dusted one with the Wilson Gold sprinkles over.
Can you show it?
Yeah. And we have the Love Heart, which has been covered in the pink melt and then in the pure gold Colour Splash dust, which is really, really pretty. Yeah, got that one. And we also have, look how much you're getting from this tutorial tonight. This one. So again, covered in the melts, and then Claire's used the piping technique just to go over with some lines and sprinkles again over the top, just to give that a nice effect. I really like this one as well though. Too many favourites. And this is the, was this Wilton?
It's a Wilton Sparkling Sugar.
Wilton Sparkling Sugar. And they're really nice, those. Really nice effect, picking up the light there, hopefully. You can see those.
Just about.
Just about. I haven't missed any out.
I think it's just the
Just the covered,
hundred and thousands
totally
now.
covered one. which are just really fun to do. I think they look really pretty. Yeah, fantastic. So pop those back in there. Get my arms out of the way of the camera.
I think we've made about 30 boxes.
Wow. Goodness me.
Something like that.
You've done well tonight. It's fantastic.
That's really
Yeah, yeah, fantastic. Had a few hiccups along the way, but we got there.
Yeah, we're sorry about that.
We got there. And like I said before, for anyone that missed any of the video, or we know we lost connection partway through, everything will be put together. So when it goes over to YouTube, it will be one complete seamless video, like nothing ever happened. Promise. So yeah, if there's any questions or comments or anything like that, just give us a shout. And if we don't get around to them tonight, then I'll go through the comments tomorrow when I'm back in the office. And if there's any questions, you can
back tomorrow as well, so that if there's any technical
Yeah.
questions, I can answer those.
Fantastic.
As well.
That's brilliant. So head over to the Sugar and Crumbs website, across the top of the page, and you can go onto the wish list and then onto the Facebook Live for July, and you'll see everything that Claire's used here tonight and loads more of ideas as well for the Colour Splash range and sprinkles and things like that. And I just want to say a massive thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for taking a big scary leap on camera roll.
What are we going to do next?
So on Thursday we're back here at the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, and Laura will be here doing fudge. So I think she's going to do two different types. She's going to do a tablet fudge and a soft creamy fudge, if I can remember rightly.
What flavour? Do we know what flavour?
I think we might have a couple of different ones. I can't remember. Yeah.
She hasn't picked yet. Maybe it's like salted caramel or something like that might be nice. Yeah.
Well, that's a very good idea.
Mm.
Yes. Maria's got a massive thumbs up to that one. And to be honest, I'll eat any flavour. So I'm really not fussy. So yeah, just a massive thank you to everyone that's watched us tonight. We'd really appreciate it if you did like and share the video. And again, if you head over to YouTube and you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, that'll stop you from missing any of the videos that are put up, including the 1-minute videos. And thank you everybody for watching, it's much appreciated. And a
But
massive
before we
thank
go,
you.
We're going to take a little bite of it and see if it's nice.
On camera?
Yeah.
Thanks so much for the pressure. Come on, Maria, you can come round and try cake pop as well.
Come on, which one do you want, Maria?
I don't mind.
Anything, if it's food, you
I
eat
don't
it,
mind.
yeah? There you go.
You ready? You're not joining us?
I made them, it's not the same, is it?
Wow. They're
Yeah.
amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And they
Oh
didn't
my
fall off the
God.
sticks with one bite either.
Look, it's still
That's the
intact.
texture.
Absolutely amazing. And they are really
These
fluffy.
guys. Mm.
They're absolutely beautiful.
Oh my god.
Maria's in heaven.
That's it from us now. They're just going to
We're gone.
eat these for the rest of the night. But thank you very much for
Thank
watching.
you everybody for watching, and join us on Thursday and also next Monday at 8 o'clock. So Thursdays at 11 and Mondays at 8 p.m. back at the Sugar and Crumbs page. Thank you very much everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.